Welcome to the Magic Intel channel, and I'm glad you tuned in because this video is just for you. Things never happen randomly, and if you simply like, subscribe, and listen until the end, I'm going to provide you with an immense amount of value with a treat at the end to help you get started on your financial journey. I will not only start by uncovering some of the truths about money, but also give great strategies that you can implement into your everyday lives. So let's get started. Okay, I totally understand. So many people want to make a substantial amount of money out here, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm with you 100%, but let's be clear. We all know it's not that easy. And when things aren't easy, then what? Most quit. But I'm here to attempt to save the day and give you guys some motivation on things that you could do right now in this current economy. Yes, this current economy, to get the ball rolling without access to a lot of money. Because I know that that's one of the biggest myths and excuses people let hold them back. Okay, so follow me here. I want you to completely forget about the lack of resources. What comes first is your mental condition and capacity. There's absolutely no way that you can perform effectively and have a positive impact on your finances if you are mentally drained, have a negative view of life, poor habits, bad friends, and a terrible environment that doesn't inspire you. If you fit this description, I strongly recommend subscribing to this channel right now and reading self-help or mental awareness books ASAP. If you're not mentally aware, then you are certainly mentally impaired. So next, I need to give you a better understanding of what money is. It's crazy to me that so many people want something that they know nothing about. They don't understand money nor understand how it works. Let me make this easy for you. Money is simply a medium of exchange for value, so it actually stands in between you getting whatever you deem as valuable. The money itself is useless without the things you want on the other side of that transaction. See, there was once something called the barter system, which meant people once traded oranges if they wanted apples, gold if they wanted diamonds. You cut my grass and I'll clean your house. You get the point. No money was involved. They traded anything of value for value without a middleman. And it was also more about needs and survival instead of wants. Nowadays, not so much. And also, while the barter system is still possible, it is not sustainable for scalability. On the other hand, fiat currency, aka the dollar bill, which is not backed by any commodity, made things way more scalable on a global level and made the trades easier. The major drawback to the dollar bill is that it's controlled by what you call the Federal Reserve, who is able to print as much money as they want out of thin air and control monetary policies, which sets the standards across America for other banks. You must understand how banks move. If you don't understand how banks move, then you'll have an unrealistic view of money. When things get tough, I've even heard citizens say ridiculous things like, well, why don't they just create more money? Yes, that sounds great until you realize that causes something called inflation, which weakens the dollar that you want to save under your mattress or let sit in your bank account, while the banks capitalize by lending your hard-earned money a million times over, earning interest and giving you pennies if you have a savings account. Money is their product. Inflation is also a thing because of supply being lower than demand. If the production of goods slow down because everyone is balling off of this printed money, then guess what has to rise to keep things level? The cost of goods. For example, land can't be created, and if houses stayed as cheap as they used to be in the early 1900s, there would be no way for the builders to keep up with that type of demand, which ultimately causes a what? Shortage in resources. A couple of tax refunds and you'll be on your way ready to buy land and a house with a ridiculous waiting line. In this current day and time, demand isn't slowing, so the dollar is getting weaker and weaker every year at alarming rates. So here's something you may not have known about money that may help you. We also know money as currency. But when I think deeper on the base word of current in an aspect of natural elements, you think of moving water or electricity, which is movement of energy. The Latin meaning of currency also means to run. This is telling you that money should never sit still. It's imperative that you change your thoughts on saving money in your banks or under your mattresses. It should always be moving and constantly serving a bigger purpose, or else you're losing due to our current financial system. Moving money gains interest. There's two types of people in the world: those that earn interest and those who only pay interest. I'm sure by now you can see how one's thought process and ignorance to money, the economy, and how it works can hold them back from maximizing their growth and success. This must change. Okay, cool. You understand money a little bit now. Great. Next question you have to ask yourself is, what should I do with my money then? Well, let's talk about the places you shouldn't put your money first, or you won't even have any money to be allocated into the right places. Number 1, liabilities. This usually entails unintentional impulsive spending, mainly on things that you purchase that you will never see a return on or don't intend to make profit from. This may vary person to person, but it's usually things like expensive shoes, overpriced jewelry, clothes, video games, overpriced house rentals, expensive cars, and excessive traveling. These things are usually wanted but not needed, and also these types of people normally pay the most interest. You'll never see the income you bring in moving in this manner. Number 2, solely relying on the bank accounts and low interest savings accounts, which will only give you pennies at the end of the year, given that most of you don't have large enough funds in order to see significant returns from 1 to 2% gains. Also, you need to account for the fact that there's inflation, which is why hoarding your money under the bed at home is not a good idea. Number 3, and yes, this happens, giving it away to family, friends, or play boyfriend and girlfriends. And number 4, stop over borrowing, which your income can't cover 3 times. That is considered bad debt. Okay, now let's move into the things that we should be doing with our money. Number 1, kill all impulsive spending like the liabilities stated prior, including excessive eating and date nights. Basically, just make the stricter budget for yourself. Number 2, moving your money into assets. This can be in the form of stocks, real estate, and acquiring a business or things to grow your business. Basically, anything that can create more value over a certain period of time is what you should be training yourself to do, which will condition you into being an intentional spender. These people normally earn interest on their money. Since stocks are the easiest and the most liquid, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to get started in stocks right now by showing you how to instantly claim free stocks worth anywhere from $30 to $3,000. So at minimum, you'll all be able to claim at least $30 by the end of this video. Number 3, increasing income and only obtaining good debt that can make you more money than what you borrowed, interest included. So borrowing money with low interest to buy a high earning asset is a great example of good debt. Number 4, think like the lender, as this allows you to leverage money directly and gain great amounts of interest, just like the banks. This puts you in the mindset of the bank. We can operate just like them and gain way more interest on our own money with the correct knowledge. Banks are essentially just taking our money and lending it out to earn interest off of it. While they say, hey, we got you a couple of peanuts from your money that we moved around that you knew nothing about. To keep this video on the short side, I'll go more in depth on how you can totally reverse your financial nightmare and get back on track to be able to do the things that you really enjoy doing on the next upcoming videos. And don't worry, I'll be guiding you guys the whole entire way, dropping gem after gem on how you could continue to grow your success and streamline that process. So now that we all understand a little bit more about money, let's get to some free instant sauce. Alright, so I'm a man of my word, and I really appreciate the viewers who've got this far, and I believe in giving value first. So here's the treat. It's some free money to be made right now with my favorite brokerage account called Webull Financial, which is a downloadable app that allows you to simply buy stocks with cash and sell stocks for cash. You have to move with a sense of urgency because I don't know how long they're doing this promo. They're currently giving out stocks valued between $30 to $3,000. You simply click my referral link below, sign up with your email and phone number, then click open brokerage account. Once the account is open and approved, you only have to deposit just 1 cent. Yes, I said just 1 cent, which is basically free. Sounds crazy, but it's true, and it won't last long. So I really want you guys to take full advantage of this and get that free cash with no financial obligation. Things like this are often hidden and never last long. Trust me, I've been in the game for quite a while, and no one understands this better than me. Okay, so let's quickly recap this video. We went over the understanding of money and how it works, along with some common do's and don'ts. If you love the value I gave, you could easily support me by simply liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel to help me spread the knowledge and push humanity forward. Stay tuned for the next videos as I dive deeper into this complex financial world while giving you everyday tips and tricks on how to maximize your chances of success. Thank you, and see you next video.